Today we're going to talk about the derivative of the ratio of two functions. So let's get started. First thing to notice that you can always represent the ratio when one function divided by another one as the actual product of the functions. Function f and function 1 over g. And now what we have here is the derivative of a product of two functions, which we talked before. And we know that derivative of a product is the derivative of the first function times the second function plus first function times derivative of the second function. And the tricky part now is how to calculate 1 over g prime. And what we're going to do here, we're going to use information from the previous video when we talk about superposition of the functions, the derivative of superposition of the functions. So essentially we're going to consider or look at this guy as the superposition of two functions. First function is function h of z is 1 over z. And if we represent function h like this, in this case it's easy to see that 1 over g is nothing but h of g of t. So basically what we're doing here when we say h of g of t, we take z equals to g of t and plug it there. Okay? And we already know what derivative of superposition of two functions is. It's a derivative of function h with respect to its argument z times derivative of that function inside of the argument with respect to its own argument t. Now, derivative of h of z is minus 1 over z squared. And what we're doing next is just plug this into this formula. And this is what we're going to get. And now the last thing to notice that z, which we use here, is really g of t. So we need to replace z with g of t, and this is what we're going to get, right? So now if we clean things up a little bit, now what's left is just simply substitute this over here. And if we do, this is what we're going to get. We can simplify this a little bit. This is what we're going to get. The last step is really to get the common denominator, bring everything to common denominator. If you do, you're going to get a formula like this. And that's really what many people quote as the derivative of the ratio of two functions. All right? So again, let's clean it up. Let's keep our formula so we don't forget it. And now let's do a simple example. We want to calculate derivative of this guy. Well, it's clearly easily to see that it's a ratio of two functions. We can take f equal to our numerator. We can take g as our denominator. Now we can take the derivatives. F prime will be 4t. G prime will be 1 over 2 square root of t. And the next thing is just to plug all of them right here. We have f prime, g prime. If you do that, we get this. If you simplify, we're going to get that. And that's it. So it's pretty simple and straightforward.